to go back to perhaps from a human species, the most relatable feeling that we've had so far in terms of encountering aliens or extraterrestrial probably would be when pilgrims and colonizers did land here in I would say the U.S., but North America, South America, the new land. Yeah, that would be such a fascinating, weird, scary, curious feeling that, I don't know. What do you think they thought? Because I like where you went with that.
I mean, you have to think that they thought that they were... Here's the thing. They didn't think it was God. I could imagine that.
Yeah.
Right. I know from what I can gather, from Native Americans and kind of their religious element, there weren't more than one. There was their God, right? So when you have a bunch of the colonizers pulling up, I know they didn't think it was that. I think there was an inherent curiosity and fascination as well.
Sure.
Obviously, I don't know if the term back then, aliens, was a thing either. So I don't know. But I think for them it was different. That's not just the tribe from down the river. This is something completely different. That even if the word alien wasn't canonized and used back then, I feel like that's the only thing you can think of, right? And, this is before they had a map of even what the world they lived on looks like. Yeah. Like, this is Minecraft when you go down a few biomes and you find, a village.
Yeah.
And it's always, things. Then you see, a weird creature come night that you've never seen before. And it's like, wow, I wonder what happens, if I take them out.
Yeah.
What do they leave behind? Do I get an ender pearl? There's a lot of just those weird, none of this makes any sense. And there's the communication barrier, too. Are they a threat? Are they on our side? And all these same things is exactly what we'd say if we found it.
Right. It's I don't know why this game in particular came to mind, because this is a pretty universal concept when it comes to video games, where it's you have yet to unlock this character or this region on the map. I think of GTA.
Yeah.
And I think of the map of Los Santos. When you first start the game, if you go to the map, it's all of these dark, cloudy, blurry, pretty much black regions on the map because you've yet to explore that. We'd have to look this up, but it is super funny to see what maps look like from a European perspective prior to coming over to the Americas. I mean, Native Americans were called Indians at the beginning because they literally thought if you just traveled west, you would be able to get to India. So they knew India existed and all that stuff, but they didn't know that there was this massive land blocking before you could even get to India.
Right.
They literally just thought if you go west, it might be faster to get to India. And these must be the Indians. That's a pretty generalization, but that's why they're called Indians.
Yeah. And I never understood that.
Yeah.
Growing up, which I thought was kind of fascinating. But
they literally did not know that continental North America existed.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though to think people believe that the Vikings made it to North America way before 1492.
Yeah.
Which is not even 1492. People were in North America before 1492. We give all the credit to Columbus, but there's some other pioneers that made it over before Christopher Columbus did too. So.
And I do think that besides getting to the moon, in the case that actually did happen, I do find our greatest achievement in mankind was discovering North America, and I can go into that. And it always bummed me out. You have that theory that the Vikings maybe found it first because it kind of tarnishes that achievement, I guess. But I mean, regardless of who discovered it, I think it's the second greatest achievement of mankind that we even did find.
It was the space race before the space race even existed.
It was. This is right. So Pangea. This is one of my most favorite concepts. When I have my own house one day, rather than some people have a poster of the 50 states or of the globe, I want a poster of Pangea. That to me is just one of the coolest things ever. If I have a dog, I'm gonna name it Pangea. I don't know why, cool. But it's it is such a cool concept. Obviously, Ice Age happens, right? Continental drift. Pangea gets broken up. sea levels rises, and there was a land bridge. I'm sure you know this, but a land bridge from Russia to Alaska, and then that gets covered up. So, and now you are isolated with North America, and these are, our lost brothers and sisters for
however much time. Yeah.
so many years, at least over 1,000. And then the rediscovery of that. And then now you have a more unified, it took a long time to get there, but eventually it creates a unified world. It's very exciting.
It is.
And then now it goes into things we've talked about in prior episodes of like, now it's like exploring more of the ocean. But like, that's like the last, I guess, big discovery that wasn't ocean related. I think that's incredible.